Evening, everybody. It's 6:41, and it's Sunday night. This is your first look at the futures, gold, etc. So we'll get right to it. It's pretty quiet. Um, let's see. Grains are not open yet. Oil down 80 cents. Um, Nat gas down a penny and a half. So not much there. Not much in the gold, which was down hard on Friday. Silver and gold, but most up just minorly. $1.60, $1.90 now in the gold, and 6 cents in the silver. The cattle and stuff are not open. Same with the softs. And getting to the S&P, we have the S&P down about $4, $33 in the Nasdaq, and $40 in the Dow Jones. This is after that last 5 or 10 minute rally that we had on Friday. Dollar is basically unchanged. Bitcoin up 850, Ethereum up 102. So that's a little bit more of a gain on a percentage basis. And the bonds are down 20, 30 seconds. So let's take a quick look at some of these so you have an idea of what I'm looking at for tomorrow. We are right at support again on crude. Um, I think it's heavily supported from where it is right here, which is sitting basically right on this 50-day moving average. This uptrend line comes through uh, right here. So, this is a pretty interesting area. I expect to see a little bit of sideways action in here before a resumption to the upside. I really don't see a lot of downside. This is pretty heavily supported from 90 up to 95. So we'll see. As long as these closes hold, this low close is 93.59. As long as that holds, I think we work higher. As far as the gold goes, as I said, we were down pretty hard on Friday, down about $30. We're now up $2 and change. Same kind of situation. We bounced off the 50-day here, although both the 5 going through the 20 and the 20 both rolling over to the downside. Um, Again, 1900, this number just keeps on showing up. So we get down in that area, and I would say we're due another bounce unless there's something going on that's going to take us down to uh, this red line, which is the 100-day, and that's around 1860. Silver basically looks the same. I'd like to say that the markets look the same, but as far as I'm concerned, they don't. I think that the markets are wedged into a pretty tight area. I think that this is an area. I'm going to go to the weekly here to give you a better perspective. We rallied right up into all of this supply. We closed last week pretty much on the low and barely changed on the week. So I'm looking for a move back down here into this 43, 43.25 area. We closed 45.35, so that's kind of a distance. So we'll see whether or not we get that. As far as the Nasdaq goes, I think this actually looks a little bit weaker than the S&P. Certainly the QQQs do. They've sort of rolled over. As you can see, moving average, the weekly moving average, we rallied right up into it, also into this little double top. This high was 15,260. This week's high was 15,268. Closing barely up on the week and down 3/4 on the range. I think if we break this 14,660 area, that we're probably going to try 14.2 to 14,000. A look at the Dow, the most easily manipulated of all of the indexes, because it's only 30 stocks. Same situation, except that we made a slightly higher high in there, closed just under the line. But, this is kind of an interesting line. The 5 day went through the 20 here, which was the equivalent of 35 280. And in 3 weeks we were already down to 32 167. We bottomed and rallied back up into this area, but now the 20 week is about to go through this 50 week to the downside, unless we bounce off these lows at 32 2, which is about 400 points from here. That would be kind of interesting and a saving grace. But if you look, with the exception of this week, last 2 weeks were really subpar volume and really unable to move again right into all of this supply. Okay, folks, that's about it. Again, now the everything is pretty much the same as we just said, and I'll be back first thing in the morning with your pre-opening